my movie. That's my movie.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fear the High Reluctant podcast.
Oh,
I am your light-skinned co-host, Dom, and these
awesome
gentlemen sandwiching me together is Steven and JJ. Oh, cool your jets. Cool your jets.
Pause.
We've got a
hey man,
good one for
this is
you,
not
man.
a freak off, man. Watch your terminology. It's not a freak off, buddy.
Hey man, at least it's not like I got like pallets of baby oil or nothing, you know, sitting around here.
Calm down, Diddy. Calm down.
Hey, Diddy diddled his last diddle. All right.
Wow. Can't stop, won't stop. All right.
I want y'all to go down to Brooklyn and pick me up a cheesecake.
Just so you know, tonight is gonna be a whole lot of Diddy jokes, okay? A whole lot of Diddy jokes. All right.
Going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere without our baby oil. Because it's baby oil for life.
It's not homophobic or anything like that. Just understand there's a lot of Diddy jokes because people of our age range, we grew up with the Diddy who was the man, or so we thought, the bottom, which is what the indictments say that he is. Okay. All I'm saying that our power. No, I'm not gonna say that.
All I'm saying is
I don't even know what
want
that means.
y'all
Yeah.
to walk to Manhattan, and I want you to go find you a Cambodian woman, and I want you to bring back her breast milk. Okay.
And some cheesecake.
What? Do we have to relive?
You made my day.
Oh my god!
And when you get back, I need you to do my taxes.
Can't.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think. Have we jumped the shark already? Is it too early to jump the shark? I think we've jumped the shark already.
How y'all doing? How was y'all week? It's only Tuesday, but how was y'all week?
Man.
It's a good week already. Week already.
That's good to hear.
Cowboys lost this weekend, but I mean, it is what
No. They didn't just lose.
Whoa.
In spectacular fashion, sir.
Slow your roll. You just lost to the Falcons, okay? Don't be acting. Don't be acting like. Do y'all even have a win?
Yes, we are 1-1.
Okay, but you lost to the Falcons, so that
by
one. By 1 point, the Falcons.
By 1 to the Falcons.
He's an Eagles fan.
Hey, but you guys lost to what was it, Browns?
What's that, huh? What's that, huh?
You guys got no. You guys lost to the Saints. Y'all got demolished by the Saints. My bad.
We're 1-1. We got beat by a team that was better prepared. It happens. It's all good. No worries here.
I thought this was the year.
Who said it was the year? Did I say it was the year?
Some dude in a Dallas Cowboys jersey in the parking lot of Walmart. He said it was y'all year.
Did you ask me? If you didn't ask me, you didn't get the right word. Because I never use those words. The year.
Yo, so when I was talking to him, it was crazy because I was like, "Oh my god, he's actually doing it!" Like he was like, "Yeah, this is our year." I was like, "Oh no, he's actually saying it."
Like, dude, you are a meme right now. A bad one at that.
All I know is we're 2-0. So,
who is we?
Tampa Bay.
Oh boy, gotta deal with that guy.
All right.
What's that?
We'll
Can you with my
video? Yo, speaking of Diddy, that dude paid off his $48 million house in anticipation for getting bond, and they said nope.
Okay, wait. Wait. We got to do the Diddy stuff all at one time. Like, you can't be hopping in with Diddy stuff.
Oh, my bad.
Just not talking. We were both giving the side eye to Tampa Bay. Okay, they're playing well. We got to give them that. Okay, we got to give them that.
It's true.
All right. You still have Baker Mayfield as your quarterback, so he's gonna give 3 games away. The question is, are they going to be important games or not? I don't think that they are. I think you guys are going to be pretty good. But I mean, it's a long season. It's a long season. That's why I'm not concerned. Like these first two games, eh,
Get the
eh.
kinks out.
As a Cowboys fan, it kind of sets the precedence for what's about to happen for the rest of the season too.
Not really. No, no. We normally are really good until December happens, and then we all know what happens then. So it's all good. I mean, this is not a shock or surprise to anyone.
No.
But yeah,
No.
good weekend. Good weekend. Wait. Hold on. Cowboys lost. Eagles lost. So good weekend. Asia Wilson scored 1,000 points.
First ever.
First ever woman to score 1,000 points in the WNBA, and that's big because first ever woman. We're not talking about Diana Taurasi, Cheryl Swoops, Cheryl Cooper, Maya Moore, Lisa Leslie, what's Candace Parker? None of them.
Which is interesting.
Asia
When
Wilson.
I saw that, I was like, really?
Asia freaking Wilson putting up, and granted, it might also be because of
the white T-shirt,
the number of games, but also like she's just balling. She's the best female basketball player in the world, and to hear some people call it, if you ranked her among all the basketball players in the world, she'd probably come up like, I don't know, 50. If you include men, that's how good she is right now.
That's not bad.
She's your girl. Well, I mean, that might be a slight exaggeration, but like she's balling at a level that's unheard of.
Shoot, she went into the break, was like, because they weren't really winning all that well or winning at all, and she was like, we got to take it back to basics. I'm not coming out in no special nothing, white T-shirt, that's it, and just came out and like
they started balling.
So,
I mean, you got a signature shoe on the way too.
This is this is a 3-peat, right?
It would be yes and yes.
Okay.
This would be a 3-peat, and yes, she does have a signature shoe on the way. Matter of fact,
that'd be the first time any women's team is 3-peated.
Yes, 3-peating is just hard. It's just really hard. So, but yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it big down there in Vegas. So she's doing it big. So anyhow, but that's all the sports we're gonna talk about.
We're not gonna touch on the Panthers at all.
The who? The what?
I'm sorry. There is not a football team currently located in Charlotte, North Carolina. Not one. Not an NFL franchise. No.
That's like
they're a collection of guys that wear blue uniforms that run plays, but I would dare not call them a professional football team. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
They should be dropped to the XFL.
Real talk, they should be relegated to the SEC. They should be relegated to the SEC. That's all I'm saying.
Like if you're the worst and you've been the worst, you should be dropped down out of the NFL, and then somebody else take your spot until you can get it back.
It's not a bad idea. It's just too much logistics to go with.
I know. Yeah.
America is not ready for that. Like them people over there across the sea, across the Great Sea, they're born for that stuff. Relegation is too complicated. Americans be like, I don't like it. It doesn't make sense. So.
Well, and it'd probably be their favorite team on the chopping block.
Probably would, but guess what team is so consistent? It'd never be on the chopping block. The Cowboys. You want to know why? Because we always go 9-8, baby, or 10-7. We never getting relegated. May never win the chip, but never getting relegated. So, anyhow, y'all didn't come here to hear us talk about the Cowboys or the Eagles or Tampa Bay or the toothless Panthers. Y'all came to hear us talk
about baby oil.
About baby oil.
So what are the current stocks on Johnson & Johnson?
Right. That's what we need to be looking at right now.
Yo, here's my question. Who is the regional sales manager in Florida for Johnson & Johnson baby oil? Because over the last 10 years, he's been hitting bonus every single year. This man, he's 15-20% year over year. This man is hitting all the numbers. Yeah, through the roof.
He'd be like, hey, we're short on sales this quarter. Hey, Diddy, you want to place the order? A good one? All right, cool.
He ain't even gotta look. All he has to do is look up when Diddy's gonna be in town. then you know that you need to stock up because
What's funny is, and I'm pretty sure most people know by now, it's more than just baby oil.
Right.
It's
Baby
it's
oil, lube,
okay, okay,
was
so
it drugs?
okay, so the 1,000 containers are of baby oil and lube. People acting like it's like mostly baby oil. I would beg to differ. I would beg. I would beg. I would like to submit that most of it's probably lube. Let's be honest here. Like, okay,
um,
how much? Oh, that's so horrible. How much of the indictment have y'all read? How much of the indictment have you reviewed? That's what I want to know.
Not much because I didn't get a chance. I saw like maybe an hour before we were going live, and I was like, "Are you serious, dude? What's wrong with you?"
That man's going to jail.
Oh, he's done.
He's going. Y'all thought R. Kelly was going to jail. That man's going to jail.
well, hold on. Is he going to
The
jail or is
fe-
he going to prison?
Well, he's
I'm
in
sorry.
federal. He's in federal
He's
prison
going
right
to
now.
the federal penitentiary. That's where he's going.
Okay, because there's a
Going to the
difference.
there he is. I know. When you said it, I was like, all right, let me be more specific. He's going to the federal penitentiary.
Oh,
Anytime they arrest you and you got that much money and you've already surrendered your passports and they don't give you bond, nah, bro, nah.
and then who I saw some of the list of because he had to surrender his passport, and some of his family members had to surrender their passports.
All of his family members, all of his sons and his daughter. Yes,
Really?
all of them.
I'd be like,
Yes.
what? Me?
Well, okay.
I ain't do it.
So, okay.
You do
I'm
what?
sorry. Let me be more accurate. More accurate. They did not have to, right? Because all of this was pre-arrest negotiations, right? Like they arranged, they negotiated when he was supposed to be arrested, which was supposed to be tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
They like Dominic, like you said earlier, he paid off the remainder of the mortgage on his Florida estate so it could be used as collateral. They gave up his passports and whatnot. They restricted his travel. All of this was so that he would not be under detention when he finally got arrested. And then he gets arrested, and guess what the judge said?
No.
Absolutely not. And that is more telling than anything else.
You better lube up before you go in there, buddy.
Hey man, they talking about that man is gonna be throwing the soap at the floor. Okay, that's what I saw it on Twitter. I was like, oh, come on, man. It's too early for all of that, yo. It's too early.
Yo.
But your boy, I've only read it's 15 pages. I've only read probably about 4 out of the 15 pages in excerpts,
really?
right?
Project 2025 got more pages than that.
Okay, so grand jury indictments are generally the ones that are released. They're generally vague, so you don't have a whole lot of detail in it, which is why it's only 15 pages. But the things that it does reference are damning. One, the fact that they seized from Puffy's house footage of freak offs.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, you dummy.
That's number one. Well, okay, so the rumor is one of the rumors that's circulating right now is the way that he got started in the music industry is that he threw a party and he recorded a freak off and then he blackmailed everyone with the recording to get the money to start Bad Boy. That's one of the rumors that's circulating.
Oh,
don't know
how the
true
turns have tabled.
That they collected a lot of drugs, and to hear them describe it, not only did they collect a lot of drugs, but they collected a lot of nicely organized drugs, like they had labels and stuff on them and whatnot.
Just made it easy, you know,
and evidence of the sex workers that he flew in, which is a part of the sex trafficking count, right? And the people and the sex workers that he flew in and that he drugged, which is a part of the sex trafficking count.
He Cosby'd them?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, yes, that was the thing.
Damn.
Matter of fact, just before I got on, I read somewhere that said that in the indictment it says that he drugged them and freaked off with them so much that the people were so dehydrated they had to get IVs. but he had people there to give them IVs. Yes, we talking like 3-4 day parties, bruh. Mm.
He was having his own Epstein party going on.
Yes, yes.
Jeez.
Not just for sex workers, with underage girls and boys too. Yes,
That.
yeah. On top of the fact, in the indictment, it spells out how he would intimidate witnesses, right? It cited arson, which goes to the story, the Frank Ocean story, where he got his car blown up, and other methods that he used of intimidation that are part of the racketeering charge.
So the article that I or the video, this excerpt that I saw on CNN, were saying that they structured it kind of like a mob case almost, like
You
because
have to.
that's what he's acting like, and I'm like,
You have to. Yeah.
oh god, like this dude, he's using almost like a RICO case for real.
Yeah. So instead
Yeah.
of, you can't when someone is that connected, right? You're not gonna take a picture of them with an underage girl,
Right.
right? And be like, we got you. You got to put all the surrounding things in order to get them, because chances are they're not going to be pictured in a way unless you can get a warrant to get access to that video, which is what they did. So, it it
It
and
looks really bad.
it's been said that he operated his businesses in a mob fashion before. Like, I've heard that many a time, right? And I was like, oh man, they just trying to tear a black man down. No, they were not. They were just accurately reporting what he was doing. So, but yeah, no,
Man
it's
trying to keep him down.
Do you
no,
think there'll be a plea deal?
No.
If there was going to be a plea deal, there would already have been a plea deal.
Yeah, they want him. They want him, and they gonna get him.
If Homeland Security arrests you, just like remember when they raided his house?
They don't do it for nothing.
If Homeland Security raids your house, you go into jail. That's what you are going to prison. Homeland Security don't come raid your house unless they've got you, unless you're going to prison. If there was going to be a plea deal, there would have been one already. If there was going to be a plea deal, then he wouldn't have been detained. Like, all of this is bad. He's what, 50? He may not, I don't know. I just pulled it out there because I was like, he's older than me. But what I do know is he's not going to see freedom until, it's 2024. I don't think he'll see freedom until 2050 if he's still alive. It's
He's 54.
that bad.
54.
Oh yeah, no, he may not.
Yeah,
no.
That's a no bueno situation there, because
You're looking at decades of jail right there. That's
Yep.
But the more you listen to people talk about the indictment that have read it, right, and are describing it, the worse it is. I mean, I remember last year when he was handing out all these NDAs and giving people their masters back and things like that, and everybody was thinking, oh, he's doing that because of the lawsuits. No. He was doing that because he don't want to go to jail. He don't want to go to jail. Yeah, it's all bad. It's all bad. It's all bad.
He fumbled big time.
I think he overplayed his hand. And I think that whoever he blackmailed in the past to get where he is extracting either a measure of revenge or a measure of self-preservation. And the reason why I say that, listen to a commentator talk about the fact that the underage trafficking is not explicitly spelled out in the indictment, right? And you would think that that'd be one of the things that would be in the indictment, right? But it's not necessarily talking about that, which meant that whoever was there with him to partake in underage activities is not being pointed at. Like, that's a blind spot in the indictment that isn't there that really could be. So
so does this set, so do you think other big name artists that we're aware of right now that we're not aware of are that does these things or that do these things, do you think that they're getting their affairs in order to either not be caught or like burning the evidence? Like,
absolutely.
Because I mean, R. Kelly, Diddy, it's gonna be some others. We're gonna be like, oh shoot,
Master P. Well, no, not Master, but Birdman.
Mm,
Oh, well, okay. So, dudes, I mean, okay. w- In this day and time, we know way too much about celebrities,
right.
way too much about them, right? And 30 years ago, you didn't know this much about them, right?
Right.
This is a time where we know way too much about them. We're way too invested in what they think. We're way too invested in where they live and what they say. We're way too invested in anything other than the art that they make. Okay. Um, because if we had been back in those times, then we would have the same kind of um, I don't know, same kind of anger, disappointment, rage at the artists that we have come to know and love. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
Like I would hate for there to be an honest accounting of someone like Quincy Jones's life. Okay, because an honest accounting of Quincy Jones's life would reveal a lot of womanizing
Yeah.
and a lot of drugs and a lot of in between.
Well, I mean, you're talking
Right?
about definitely the 70s and 80s where that was normal.
Okay, so there's normal, and then there's what Quincy and Wilt and Magic were doing. Okay, like
Okay, yeah, but
let's
I've
be
heard,
clear.
we've heard about. I'm sure everybody's heard about Will. That's all right. Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, you got to think about it. Quincy
That's a heck of
Jones was a rich. He's been a rich black man since I don't know the 40s,
a. Mm,
50s, right? Artistic, suave, world renowned, world traveled, right? Rich.
yeah,
He's friends with Hugh Hefner. Rich. Like
right.
if there was an honest, if there was an honest accounting of somebody like Jim Brown's life, we'd be like, Jim Brown. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that he was accepted as a part of the civil rights, whatever, whatever, while he's throwing women off of balconies at the Playboy Mansion.
Mm,
See, it's stuff that like, but we don't. We know that we know these things about these people now, so it's
right.
kind of hard to parse, you know, who they are. You know,
No, it makes sense. That's crazy. But yeah, yeah. Diddy, hey, Diddy's getting locked up. I'm sure if anybody is, relieved or whatnot, or she probably even moved on. Is Cassie, because that's like, because even when that video came out, I was like, dude, are you serious? You let a you got a hotel video on you? Like, oh man, slapping her around in the hallway, throwing vases wherever you're from at her and running after her like you crazy in a towel. Like, dude, you must be out your mind.
man. Look, one of my buddies said he heard a rumor that a girl in one of Diddy's groups went over to London with Diddy. They had a party. She expressed her her dissatisfaction with the party,
Yeah.
and he took her passport and left her in London. Um, there all there's also a report going around that the most recent person to file suit against Diddy saying that she was assaulted by him in a restaurant with other talent present, talent like Usher and Jimmy
Hmm.
Iovine, who she specifically named saw her get assaulted in a restaurant. So it's a long time coming, and it's a lot of stuff, but this
Yeah.
man is not. He's not the guy that we think he is at
Mhm.
all.
I don't, and I'd have to say, I never thought. I don't know. It's like I never thought like super highly of him. It's like, okay, cool. You got was it whatever Sean John? You got every like, especially when making the band came out and you saw how hard he was on them and the fact that those bands never made any money. It was like, okay, there's probably something there, but you just couldn't put your finger on it.
Oh, but that was the music industry as a whole at the time, though. I don't lay that at Diddy's feet, right? Because that was the music industry as a whole. Like,
Right. But I
you,
mean, but I mean, his personality kind of lends himself to like, okay, yeah, there's probably something else going on. Not like just that at face value. You're just like, okay, well, there's probably something else. So I never truly, I wasn't super shocked when that came out. I was like, okay, well, yeah, it's Diddy.
It's
yeah,
Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly.
it's something. Doggone.
Yeah.
He just got voted off the island. That's all.
That's what it. That's what it felt like. They just got tired of him. Was like, all right, we're
But
sacrificing Diddy this year.
and what
Okay.
was it? A couple years ago, he got the award from BET, the Lifetime Achievement Award,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that was and his if you remember his speech, that's when I knew something was just off because it wasn't coherent. It was just like him babbling, and it was like, dude, what are you talking about?
Well, I mean, okay, you got to think about it. Everybody says Cat Williams opened a portal in the universe at the beginning of the year with their interview, but clearly, this investigation has been going on for a while, and Cat Williams was aware of the
Yeah,
investigation or aware of some of the things that were happening in it to speak to it. So Diddy probably was aware of these
yeah.
things, right? Aware or heard rumors about him being investigated, right? Maybe he thought it was for the civil case or not, but I mean, he's seen this in the cards for quite some time.
Hey, from now on, Cat Williams opens up the year at Club Shay Shay. All right,
No, we. I don't
Second
think.
motion.
I don't think
we
the
need to
culture
know what's
can.
going on. We need to get prepared for the year.
Right.
Can the culture handle that though?
Look, we weren't ready for it. Now we're anticipating whatever Cat Williams says as at least somewhat true.
Do we need another year in the culture like we had this year? That's the question.
Hey, look, everybody's going back to watch that interview just to see what else he said because it's like, all right, what other nuggets you leaving around here? Because
Cat Williams was not the hero that we wanted. He's the hero that we needed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that sucks. Speaking of people going down, dude, how in the heck did that other assassin? Or first off, why was there another assassination attempt?
Thank you.
Time out. Can we more accurately describe this thing? Because there was not an assassination attempt. I'm not even sure there was an assassin. There's a crazy white dude with a gun hiding in the bushes for an extended period of time. Let's be very clear. There were no shots fired. He never had Trump in the line of sight. None of that is the case. Okay. None of that is the case.
What is wrong with these people, man?
Well, okay. How they said that man might have been in the bushes for up to 18 hours waiting. First of all, how does he get close enough to the 7th green on Mar-a-Lago to wait for Trump? That's what I like. Is Mar-a-Lago that insecure?
This is the second time that Secret Service has not been on their job.
This new guy about to get fired already.
For 18 hours, and you didn't even. Nobody just happened to walk by there or patrol that area.
He was camouflage. He was doing the sniper thing. He was under brush.
No, So you mean to tell me he had to been peeing on himself? He had to been pooping on himself. Like he had to been.
Hey, you wear a diaper. You wear a diaper. That's.
But for so long.
If you about that sniper life, I mean, you'll lay in position for however long it takes to protect your target.
Or is this another Trump attempt to boost his rating in the polls?
Ooh.
Attempt, yes. I would agree that was an attempt. Yes,
and that had to be his idea because I'm sure a smart PR person would have been like, "Yeah, we can't try a second assassination. We just can't. That looks stupid." Because I think
Wait. You think he ran it through a PR person?
No, that's what I'm saying. I know that was this had to be a Trump plan because he's like, "Yeah, how about another assassination attempt?" It's like, dude, you can't do that. You've already had one. You only get one. You wasted your one. Like, no, absolutely not.
I just want to know how are we supposed to take anything that campaign says seriously if they can't even secure the grounds that the president is on a majority of the time?
And you guys trust this man to build a wall?
Can we put one thing in the context here?
Yeah.
The guy is 58. 58. As a 58-year-old person, I know none of us are, Steve. What?
Whoa!
I'm just playing.
Whoa!
Audience,
See,
I'm
that is
playing.
crazy.
I'm playing. I'm playing. Steve is young. Steve is young.
Not
58
anymore.
years old.
Not. Thank you.
You're young. They know I'm kidding. You're young. At 58, though, are you going to do all of this just to take a shot at the president? Are you that committed at 58?
This assumes that he was actually going to pull the trigger, pointing a rifle at Trump. That's all. This assumes that, and there's nothing. There's nothing to back that up. The guy voted Republican. He was a Trump MAGA person.
Right.
So this this isn't some left wing guy coming to kill Trump. That is not the case.
It be your own people, man. It be your own
Hey man,
people.
hey, they told that man, go lay in the bushes until we find you. We'll make sure that your family's taken care of.
So they playing hide and seek.
Yeah.
What else do they have? Look, let me tell you how bad it is. Since we're here and talking about politics, let me tell you how bad it is. Let me tell you how bad it is for Trump and the Republicans at the moment, right? Aside from all the Republicans that are endorsing Vice President Kamala and Tim Walz, because it's a gang of them. People that have never voted Republican in their entire life, have gone on record saying they were voting, have never voted Democrat in their entire life, or going on record saying that they were voting for Trump. For Vice President Harris and Tim Walz. That's what they're doing. It's so bad that it is very possible that Trump loses Florida and North Carolina. He has to win Florida for it to remain competitive.
Wow,
He has to win North Carolina for it to remain competitive. If he loses either one of those, Florida, Georgia, or North Carolina, there's no way for him to win. Absolutely. There's no way for him to win. There's no configuration of the electoral college for him to win. I've done the math. I went on the map. I did all the clickies on the states. It's not possible. Okay.
I thought Pennsylvania was the big.
Nah, they got that.
They got it.
No,
They gonna get that.
You got a Democratic governor in Pennsylvania and in Michigan. As close as those states might have seemed in the past, Pennsylvania is.
Yeah.
I would worry about Michigan before I worry about Pennsylvania, only because there's a larger immigrant population of Middle Eastern descent in Michigan and in Minnesota. But they're gonna win Minnesota. Michigan is kind of up for grabs, kind of a little bit, but they're gonna lose Michigan too. So you have to have North Carolina, you got to have Florida, you got to have Georgia. You lose any of those three, that's the ball game, right? And behind what he said about the Haitian population in Florida are registering to vote at a higher level, right?
I thought he was saying that they were in Ohio eating the pets.
But he said Haitians. See, that's the thing. He said Haitians as a whole. There was a lie that was told that said that there was a woman. Well, first of all, the person that created the lie cited the allegation that a woman stole somebody's pet and said that this Haitian immigrant that supposedly, allegedly stole someone's pet was eating pets, which led to Haitians eating pets, which led to undocumented immigrants eating pets in Ohio, which has led to
out of all places.
But it's led to gun threats and schools being shut down. Schools been shut down for almost a week in Ohio, all because he said that Haitians are eating dogs, that immigrants are eating dogs.
And what was funny was it came out of nowhere. He was like in a somewhat of a debate. He was like, "They're eating the pets." You're like, "What?"
Well, no, it had been in the Twitterverse for a couple of days. One of his crazy cronies said it, right, to demonize immigrants, and then he picked it up and said it in the nationwide debate. And now Haitian people are being persecuted around America because there's one thing you can't kill in America without repercussion. It's dogs, not children, not women, not baby. Dogs. So, but now you've offended Haitians. That Haitians are like, we're gonna go on and vote. That's a horrible accent, but you get what I'm saying. Like there,
it was an attempt.
It was an attempt. It was a really poor. I knew it was poor when I started it.
Let's not do that.
But I won't. Man, I had to try it one time.
You don't want them after us, okay? So
not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But look. In danger of losing North Carolina. You want to know why they're in danger of losing North Carolina?
Why?
You guys know who's on the ballot in North Carolina?
I feel like I
See,
should know, but I don't know.
this is what I'm here for. In the great state of North Carolina, there is the governor's race is happening. Roy Cooper will not be the governor after this election cycle. He's used up all his years. So now the attorney general and the lieutenant governor are running against each other. The lieutenant governor happens to be Mark Robinson, who I call Grand Wizard Mark Robinson, even though he's a black man, because he says the most racist, misogynist, ignorant, unintelligible things that you've ever heard anybody say in their entire life. And people are so against him, and they should be, that it's causing people to vote in a higher percentage, which is gonna probably end bad because nobody wants Mark Robinson. Like, if Mark Robinson is your governor, you might as well move. You might as well move. Let me tell you why. In Texas, they're crazy here in Texas, but they're not self-destructive. Mark Robinson, on the other hand, dude, I've not heard him say one thing that I thought would be befitting of a governor. Not one. I've never heard him say a word that I thought would be befitting of a governor.
You can talk
And
just about commercials.
Yeah, and anytime he talks about policy, it's like, dude, I would trust Uncle Ruckus before I trusted you with the governorship.
Uncle Ruckus, no relation.
He actually reminds me of Uncle Ruckus.
He does a lot.
And as you mentioned it, yeah. No relation.
And so if you've got people that are on the fence voting, even if you're not going to vote in the presidential election, I get it. But the governor affects he affects your life in a tangible way, and y'all can't let this guy be governor. This guy cannot be not with a GOP state senate and GOP house. No. That man said he wanted a 4-week ban on abortion. I said, what?
4 weeks? Most people don't even find out that early. You just don't. Yeah, you just don't want it at all.
I mean, and I get not wanting it at all, but 4 weeks, 6 weeks, even.
That's like
he said. He said he wants women to go back to the kitchen. He said that on numerous occasions in public appearances, and I'm like, how can y'all? There's no way that he should have the money that he has with all the stupid things that he says.
So weeks 4 through 7 are when most women discover they are pregnant.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Normally, it isn't until weeks after you missed your first period that you even think about it.
Yeah.
So. And then you got to get the appointment so that you can go and verify that you're pregnant. Like, so it's a whole lot of. At any rate, but that's why. That's why.
Amazing.
Tell your people they need to vote in the governor's race in North Carolina because it's important. It's very important, highly important.
Well, since we're on racist and crazy stuff happening, so tell us about the Grand Wizard. Tell us more about the Grand Wizard.
What are you talking about, Mark Robinson?
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want to know about?
How much more How much more should we know to spread to our fellow voters?
Okay. Let's put it like this. Okay, so Dominique, you live near Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, and I would imagine you live in Durham County. Okay. All right. So if Mark Robinson is your elected official, what he's going to do, which they've already tried to do slightly successfully, but not as successful as if he were like the governor, they've tried to redraw the districts to dilute the Democratic vote, ensuring that there is a supermajority for Republicans in perpetuity in the state of North Carolina, which may not sound like a lot, but that means that it's reducing the power of the vote in the larger cities and increasing the power of the vote in rural counties,
Right.
right?
Which
So when you
are
want,
predominantly red most of the time.
yeah, so when you want to do something like, you know, put a bond on the ballot so that you can raise money for schools or for highways, you're not going to be able to do it. Or it's going to make it that much harder to do. Or when you want to elect, if you want to elect representatives that more align with the suburban areas, you're not going to be able to do it because of the gerrymandering that is happening. And that's just one of the things that, I mean, he's got a long list of, I can't believe this idiot said
Mm,
this or even is thinking this. But yeah, that's one of them.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, okay, yeah. Let me give you another one. So,
Uh-oh.
Roy Governor is your Roy Cooper is your governor. Roy Cooper is comfortable with taking funds for the federal government for the reasons that the United States legislature determines. Right. So, let's say, for instance, we want to reduce the cost of insulin for seniors, right, that are on Medicaid. Right. The government says, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to give your state $20 billion in tax credits so you can lower the cost of insulin for people on Medicare or Medicaid and whatnot. And governors get to go, yeah, we'll take it, or no, we don't. You saw it most recently in the COVID years when
Yeah.
governors were like, we're not going to take COVID funds, or we are going to take COVID funds, or the PPP loans. Same thing. Mark Robinson would be like, nah, we're not going to take this money from the federal government.
Yep. That's why we shouldn't.
Which means that everybody that has to pay for these things that would be reduced in cost because the government is supplementing them with the tax dollars that we send to the government for things specifically like this, your governor is like, I'm not going to take that, which means that you're going to have to pay a higher cost for these things, which means you're paying for the taxes to supplement them, right? And then you're
Yeah.
paying for the higher cost, so you're paying twice over for the same thing.
Which is an interesting concept in general. The fact that we pay our money to the government, but they don't never want to, put it back where it came from or use it to help people. It's like it's really odd, just extremely odd.
Well, I mean, it tells a very interesting story of how and the extent to which people understand how government works. Like it tells a very specific story about that because if you're not aware of how government works, you'll think that, you'll think that the federal government isn't doing things.
Hmm.
When the federal government is doing things, it just so happens that your governor is like, we don't want the money to do that, right?
Yeah.
Put it prime example. A couple years ago, when Florida had they had a hurricane, it like wiped out like Fort Myers or something like that, right? There were federal tax dollars that were set aside, and they were set aside not just for the emergency, but for the rebuilding efforts to make it a little bit more structurally stable to build in those
Hmm.
areas, right? Government's like, we'll take the emergency funds, but we don't want the money to like rebuild the right way. And so guess what's happening? The same thing all over again, right? And they can say, well, the government is not doing anything. Well, governors have the right to make decisions in situations like that. And
Right.
when they choose not to take the money or not to partake in the initiative, then their constituents get hurt, which is
Right.
us. And then they turn around and say the government is too big. Well, a big government is only bad when it's not helping its people.
It's true.
So like
It's
Yes.
that.
true. It's too much
Yeah,
power, too
very
much
good
corrupt.
lesson. I like how you broke that down for us. It's a good lesson.
That was a
Right.
really poor. It was a really poor breakdown. Really, really poor. But I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take
Nah,
it.
it was good. It was good.
I'll take
Hey,
it.
hey, we talked about this last week, but I guess we can let everybody in on this conversation. Like, so Swifties for Harris, right?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
How does she move the needle? Because and I only say this because I was listening to CNN one night and they were just like, "Oh no, it was Fox News," because I like to get the contrast. And Fox was like, Swifties for Harris. Everybody that could vote, that listens to Taylor Swift, they can't vote, so they don't matter. I was like, oh, that's messed up.
First
And
of all,
that kind of led to the question, like,
if
okay,
you
well, how many people does she actually influence?
if you think that her fan base isn't old enough to vote, then you don't know her fan base at all. That's
Fact.
number one. But number two, how does she move the needle? Brittany Mahomes came out just yesterday and was like, I'm not sure if I can support Donald Trump the way that he's talked about Taylor Swift.
Mm.
Now, out of context, they may not seem like anything. But in context, when you find out that last year Brittany Mahomes was on record as saying that she liked Trump, right? And she did not correct it and she hasn't changed it since. The very notion that Brittany Mahomes, the wife of Patrick Mahomes, who was on record for Trump earlier, now openly is saying that she doesn't think that she can support Trump anymore because of the way that he talks so badly about Taylor Swift, lets us know how people are taking how Donald Trump is reacting to Taylor Swift.
So first off, okay, there's maybe somebody that I despise a little bit more than Jason Tatum.
Oh my God. Oh God. Why does your haterade always come up at the most inopportune times?
But Brittany Mahomes, like, she tops the list though, because it's like, because I know some of the things that she does. Patrick just be like, I can't roll my eyes hard enough. Like,
whoa. This look, Bomani Jones said this the other day. Let's not act like Patrick Mahomes is not a product of a mixed marriage, right? His mama white. Yeah. So he may not, and he chose Brittany. So he may not be looking at her like that. Let's not assume.
It's true.
That's
but
a good point.
In my mind, I like to. It makes sense that way. Just like, yeah, I married her, but God, like, why? Just sit down. Why can't you be like Savannah? Like, play your role. You know, hey, I celebrate you 100%. You know exactly what to do when you're out in public to not cause any friction. Like, what's going on? But okay, back to it. But yeah, so how Swiftie moves the needle.
Well, I mean, he talk trash about Taylor Swift. Her fans don't like that. That hurts him. That really does. And guess who else endorsed Kamala Harris? Billie Eilish.
Ooh.
So now we got two headliners.
Yeah.
In white fangirldom. In pop music.
That's a problem.
You don't think if you don't think the needle's moving, you're not paying attention.
Beyonce, you're not paying attention.
The Carters already support Harris.
What you say?
The Carters already support Harris.
Yeah. They definitely.
For sure.
Definitely. But
that's why I said Harris won. Once Swift came out and said she's endorsing Trump, that was the official nail in the coffin.
They had a meeting. All the Swifties had a meeting that night. So like, all right, so we're going to vote for Harris. Okay, all right, cool.
Absolutely.
So let's get our leggings and our Uggs and our Stanley cups, and we'll just all go together.
I mean, people. I mean, and I don't get me wrong. I know what the polls say. I also know I live in Texas, and they are afraid of Texas turning blue.
Why? Maybe they get a stable grid.
No, I'm talking about first of all, they will never have a stable grid. Okay, let's be very clear. Okay, let's be very clear.
Wait, I mean, and it's not like I'm trying to blue wash anybody or anything. It's just like, you know, let's just stop the crazy. That's my thing. Let's stop we gave the man 4 years. We gave it a shot. He didn't want to give it up. That's where I draw the line. You don't want to follow the Constitution. You don't want to follow the rules that were set before you in tradition, in the way that it's supposed to happen. And I understand that there's change that's supposed to happen over time. But dude, one of the things is you do not incite insurrection. You just don't. You don't talk about, oh, if you vote for me, this will be the last time you ever have to vote. You don't do that. That's going against democracy. Like, you just can't.
Democracy's on the ballot in a real intangible way.
Yeah,
intangible way.
That's the thing that irks me. Like, everything else for the most part I can deal with, but when you start saying things that's you're trying to tear down the current way we do things, and you know, that's no. Now, if there's an involved decision and involved like plan where, you know, everybody's involved in making that plan, okay, that's one thing. But for you single-handedly say, okay, I'm going to do this, even though he's not completely single-handed, like he's got, like one party says that they're going to do this. That's no, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. You just can't. Not for it at all.
Yeah, hey, that's Donald Trump for you. That man's running. He's running for president to stay out of jail. Okay.
Right. And just like I've always said, Donald Trump is only about himself. So anything that he does in office somehow, some way benefits him.
No, not even. Yeah.
Like strictly benefits him, like that. And then when you start looking at it through those glasses, you're like, wait, he doesn't really care about us. Like, no. And just like you said, he's running to stay out of jail because that's the only thing that's going to keep him out of jail right at this point. He's going to be right in there with Diddy and his baby oil, just diddling each other, you know?
There's so much that I could say.
Has the best baby oil ever.
People come up to me all the time and say, Diddy makes the best baby oil. He's endorsed by Johnson & Johnson.
You know, I can't. I'm stop.
Oh my
God. I can't. I'm not gonna do it.
Awesome.
Not gonna do it.
Can I just say I needed this laugh tonight? I really did.
Hey, that's what we're here for, man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
all right. Moving on. Moving on to the married life and health segment. What are some things that we do to intentionally or unintentionally annoy our spouses? Really?
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Wait, Sherelle's not in here, is she?
I might have the worst. I might have the highest Jeopardy level here. Level of being in Jeopardy.
Be mindful of what you say.
First of all, ain't nobody afraid right now. Ain't nobody afraid. I'm gonna say this with my chest. All right. So we.
Oh man.
So we got a
Sherelle,
coffee
where you
bar,
at?
right? We got a coffee bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
A coffee bar. I got my wife's Keurig, right? I got an espresso maker on the other side. I got the little lazy Susan, put all the stuff on it, and I got, mugs and whatnot.
Only rich people have lazy
French
Susan.
press in the area. Shut up. So we got all that stuff. So in the morning I make me espresso protein shake. That's what I do, right? But everything on the counter, we got nice white quartz countertops, so everything is pushed back in line with the cabinets. But the espresso maker, I have to pull it forward so I can make the espresso, so I put my shake, right? But when you pull it forward, then it's misaligned with, oh God, she's back. Maybe I should tell her.
Wait. Time out. Let's pause that. You make an espresso protein shake
every morning. Yes.
If that's not opulence, sir, I don't know what is.
Wait a minute. Negro, who taught you opulent?
What?
Is that today's word?
You're not the only one. You're not the only one with words here, sir.
It's opulent. That man went and studied. He's like, I'm gonna be ready for. Man, what you talking about? It's just an espresso maker, dude. Come on.
No. But nobody would have thought to put it in the protein shake. Like, no. What?
I mean,
that's
just
like
because
next level
there. Just because, I have genius tendencies. I mean, why are you shocked? Come on. I've had better ideas. I've had better ideas. Hey, you really want to get jiggy with it? Espresso, your protein, right? If you go to Walmart, has this whey protein that's 60 grams of protein per 2 scoops, right? That's a lot of protein. That gives you your first half a day's worth of protein. So I got that. I got espresso. I got that. I put in some cinnamon and some nutmeg for extra fiber, and honey for sweetness, flavor, and to help with metabolism.
Hey man, you
When
got
I tell
nutmeg. Jason, you got nutmeg?
Do I have nutmeg?
Yeah,
I do.
okay. All right. Just making sure.
oh, you tried it. You tried it.
I'm just making sure.
You tried it. You
I'm
tried
just
it.
making
I'm
sure.
actually trying to like memorize the recipe here going on. Like,
I mean,
actually sounds really interesting.
it's actually pretty good. You put some caramel in it if you like caramel. You put chocolate if you like chocolate. You can take out the cinnamon and just go with the nutmeg, or just take out the nutmeg, go with the cinnamon. Yeah, it's and it keeps your bowels moving like clockwork, right? You have good bowel movements, and they come like clockwork. And it's just
well, the coffee does that naturally though. It's a natural
yeah,
diuretic.
But true.
Yes, but the fiber in it helps as well.
That's true,
right? Because there's a lot of fiber in nutmeg, a whole lot of fiber. Matter of fact, you're not supposed to put more than 2 teaspoons, or else you can kill yourself. Don't ask me why I know that, but I know that.
Because you dehydrate yourself.
Nutmeg?
Yeah, it becomes toxic after like 2 tablespoons. It becomes toxic after 2 tablespoons. I don't know who would use 2 tablespoons of nutmeg.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But yeah, so but I use a little bit less than a half a teaspoon. A little bit less than a half a teaspoon. Yeah, but yeah, it's good stuff. Like and normally I have it at 7:45. That means I normally don't eat lunch till around 2:00 my time. 7:45 my time, 2:00 my time.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I eat a small lunch or get a snack, and then I eat dinner like 5:30. I'm generally done for the rest of the day unless I have like an apple or some guacamole or something. Anyhow, we didn't come to talk about dietary restraints.
Yes. How hey, the boss is here now, so I mean, cat's already out the bag. So come on, come on with it.
All right, so when I pull the espresso maker out and it's not flat with everything else, and I make my espresso, what I've been asked to do is to push it back when I'm done, right? Because when you push it back and everything looks good, looks like a nice coffee bar. But if I leave it out, it's like me saying, I know, but I wanted to leave it out anyway. So sometimes
I run this house.
Sometimes, not all the times, I'll be like, I'm too busy to push it back. Let's see what happens today. And I just leave it out a little bit and leave it out for like an hour or two, see how long it'll go for, and then I'll push it back. Sometimes I leave it out for a whole day. Just because it still gets under her skin, you know. They're so sexy when they're mad.
A little bit, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
The fact that all 3 of us was like, I kind of like a, yeah.
It's a certain amount, a little too much could be dangerous.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, I've done that from time to time, Only because they're so sexy when she's mad. I mean, it's just, so it gets my blood flowing. Hers too, apparently, but it gets my blood going.
Now I'll go next. So for me, you guys,
please.
I love when my wife wakes up in the morning. She's like, "Did you charge my car? Did you plug in my car?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't."
Jackson, what was that?
It's like, yeah, good luck for today. Have fun.
Did you plug in the car last night? Plug in the car? Why would I plug in your car?
I haven't left all day. Why would I know if your car is plugged in or not? And then she'll call me, be like, all right, I gotta go here. How can I get here? Like, I don't know. Figure it out. Hit the button.
Jason, she went out to the car in the morning and be like, oh snap, I only got 4 miles here to charge my car. What am I gonna do? Can I use your car? And I'm like, I got somewhere to go.
Looks like you stay home today.
Looks like you're working from home too.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh God.
But what's funny about that? So,
God.
like, true story. Like a couple weeks ago, she had to go somewhere
man.
after work. Like, she had like an event to go to after work at the what's the thing? Top Golf on the south side of Charlotte, right? And she calls me. She's like, "Hey, am I gonna make it?" And I'm like, "What are you asking me for?"
The car is right there. You're in the car. It tells you exactly how far you can go.
Oh,
Asking me for. And here's my thing. My wife. It's been multiple times. My wife has been, trying to get to a charger, and she'll go the opposite direction. Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go this way. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Jason, she gonna be on the side of the road with the AAA man with the generator and the gasoline.
You guys are idiots.
oh, it's not funny. But I know it's funny.
But here's my thing. I always know how much she has and whether she's gonna make it. So it's just like I'm playing up the drama most of the time.
Here's the funny part. Dominic always knows. He just don't. He be like, "I told you to charge it. I told you to charge it."
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
Let me say, I knew when you left, you only had 15 miles and you had a 17-mile ride. You need to plan better.
Not the fact that the first thing in the morning is, hey, you charge my car. You're like, what?
Right.
Hey, you know what you should do next time she asks you that? You should throw her a battery. Like, here, take that with you. You be good to go.
Like,
throw her a battery. Be like, that's
woman, you asked me in the morning.
Oh my God.
She could have asked me like when we were finished recording, she could ask me like at midnight or whatever and be like, hey, did you charge my car? No, I didn't. I'm gonna go plug it in right now. All right, cool, no problem. But you asked me in the morning.
So don't you guys have the same car?
He said so,
same plug. Same plug.
But and here's the funny thing. On some days where she has not plugged in her car, I've offered to let her drive my car. She's like, nah, I'm gonna drive mine. I'm like, okay. All right.
I didn't know Teslas versus Teslas.
Adventure.
I didn't know it was a beef thing.
Clearly it is. Dom looking at his life. Adventures out there.
Look, because she came home rolling in one day at 2%. I'm like, man, you better than me. Because she asked me, she's like, and that's how she started the call. She was like, what's the lowest percent you've ever pulled into a charger with? I'm like, 10. She's like, oh. I'm like, why? Because I don't think I'm going to make it to this charger. I'm like, then you got to reduce your speed.
Man, deadpans it. Oh no.
I love my wife. She calls me with some of the funniest things. I'm just like, what? Oh my gosh.
That's funny. That's a funny roll of the dice.
Oh yeah. But I met her. It doesn't surprise me because when I met my wife, she would have like, the gas needle like behind E and be like, yeah, I can get home. It's fine. I'm like, no, you can't. We're at least gonna put $10 in there.
Like that. Why like that?
No, and then on top of that, when we really got together, and she was like, yeah, can you take my car today? And I always fell for it. I never think about it until I get in the car. I'm like, she doesn't have any gas. That's why she asked me.
Not a drop.
I know what's wrong with it. I ain't got no gas in it.
And it's not until she speeds off with my car that always has gas in it. Like, and it's like, oh, that's right. You don't have any gas.
Okay, so can we talk about it for a minute? How come women never like to get gas on the way home? They always want to get gas when they leave the house, but they never plan enough time to do it.
Because they want to be late to work anyway, or late to wherever they're going anyway.
That's one of the worst adult decisions you could ever make, is putting gas in the morning.
Yeah, like it's not even if you're like, if I'm on my way home, gas is a part of the on the way home trip.
Yes.
Right? Because when it's time for me to leave the house, I don't want to be thinking about gas.
Yeah,
so if I'm on the way home,
you gotta be. Like, you're gonna be extremely
Bro,
pissed. Like, oh, now I gotta stop and get gas before I go do this. Dang it!
because you know you ain't never on time when you leave the house in the morning,
Exactly.
or when you leave
Exactly.
going where you're supposed to go, so you get the gas on the way back home. But if not, like, oh my gosh, like we leave with 30 seconds worth of margin of error to spare. Gas takes at least 2.5 minutes. We're already late.
And then that 2 minutes compounds into a lot more, and just like,
Because you get the two minutes at the gas station, and that's if everything goes well. If you pay at the pump, and if the pump ain't slow, if somebody's
and
not
whenever
across
you're
from you at the pump.
and
Oh my
whenever you're
God.
rushing to pump the gas and you swipe your card, it tells you to go inside and see the cashier. Never fails.
Or you missed the light on the way out. Now you got to do a U-turn. All of that plays into it.
Oh,
Since we're on the subject, can you please put some gas in my truck?
Yeah.
at least she.
It's
Okay.
More.
All right. So since
Steve,
we're here,
don't do it. Don't do it.
since
Don't
we're
do
talking
it.
about
hold me back, man.
Hold him back.
my wife just got back home from picking the kids up from dance practice. On the way to dance practice, there's a Walmart gas station that has the cheapest gas in all of Houston there. And she passed it, by my count, 4 times in the last 2 hours. So let me ask you this. If there's gas to be put in the truck, I'll put gas in the truck. It's all good. I got it. I got it. I'm just saying. In my car got gas in it. What you talking about? Anyhow, we're having a conversation in one of these chat rooms. So tell us, if you're watching, tell us what you do to annoy your spouse. Like, not like major annoyance, but minor annoyance, or whatever you feel like, confessing to the group so that we can
I got another
enjoy.
I'm gonna say I guess y'all go.
I got another one.
Oh yeah, no, hold on, wait. Oh, okay, let's just get it popping. Come on.
Wait, Jason.
Since we're on the topic of being late,
I want to hear Jason's. You got to come back to yours.
Since we're on top of being late, that's my annoyance to her. I'm always late.
He's just rolling like, what up?
But is you late on purpose?
Like late. Yeah.
Like 20, 30 minutes late?
Whenever I get there.
Oh, it's been rolling today for sure. Like, let's do a little.
Jason is in America on island times. Whenever I get there.
Absolutely. We could be, ready to go somewhere, and okay, I'm gonna get dressed. I gotta get ready. Yeah, obviously, I gotta go out fresh. If I come downstairs, put the shoes on. Hey, I gotta put the dishes away before we leave. I gotta make sure the house is straight. Trash gotta go out. Let's go ahead and sweep the carpet. Sweep the floors. And
what are you doing?
That's how I am. I'm late. That
man said it's time to go, but we need to put these dishes away first.
I'm just saying.
What time we gotta be at 10:30?
10:30. It's 10:28. Let's go ahead and mop real quick.
Might as well.
We'll be there at 1. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh my God.
I use this as an example, and Steve can actually attest to this, but he was there. I was late to my own wedding.
No,
yeah, he was.
2 hours.
Well, but you know what? No, you're actually justified because it's your wedding.
Okay, let me add some context to it.
Number one, I don't think she was looking.
It was not on purpose. We got stuck in some traffic. The road that we got married in Myrtle Beach, right? Okay. Come down Ocean Boulevard, going back to resort, get stuff. I said, I'll change when I get to the venue. Fine. I was riding with my brother. On the way down to the resort, the road was fine. Everything was nice and open. Gathered our things. On the way back, they closed Ocean Boulevard off. There's a pop-up concert now. And this is the only direction to get to the venue at the time.
Divine intervention.
At the same time, neither one of us charged our phones. Both our phones are dead.
Oh,
completely. No car charger, no nothing, and we low on gas.
I know my car. We'll make
I know
it
my
there.
car.
We'll
Yeah,
make
we
it there.
I'm not driving though. I'm not driving. I'm riding with him. So obviously we had to stop and get gas. We were under some liquid courage at the moment, so we're already late. Might as well top off the liquid courage.
Oh no.
All in all, by the time I got there 2 hours late.
Oh, Jesus.
No phone call, no nothing. Again, our phones had died. So, you know, I stroll in there. I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts. My sister-in-law was standing outside, and the look on her face said it all. She said my wife didn't even want to get married to me anymore because, you know, yeah.
2 hours late? Yeah, man. That's
in my defense, everybody in my family, if you know me, you know me. I'm always late, but I'm always there.
That's true.
I'm reliable like that. I'm gonna be late, but I'm gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there.
Even my employers know this. Hey, I'm gonna be late. All right, no need to write me up on that. I'm gonna be late, but I'm gonna be there.
Do you either want me late or not to show up at all? Which one you want?
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, that logic sound. I'm not.
Okay. Now, my late being to work is like 10, 15. Yeah. All right. But I'm there. I don't call out. I'm there every day. You need me? Hey, come on in. I'm on the way. I'll be late, but I'm on the way.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
That's the number one thing that upsets my wife about me.
That's island time.
See, time management.
That's island time, though. See, that's
it is.
I was reading an article that was talking about the different ways that different groups of people of African descent view time, and how in America everybody's talking about CP time, but it's because, you know, Africans and their sense of time is drastically different. Like we don't conform to the, you know, it's 8 o'clock on the dot kind of situation. 8 o'clock is like a suggestion.
It's relative, yeah.
Yeah,
it's relative to how we feel about you, how we feel about the event, what we're wearing.
Oh my God!
It's relative to a whole bunch of stuff.
Especially the feel about you. Like if somebody invited me to a party and they say like, yeah, it's gonna start at 8 p.m. and I stroll in at 9, I don't care. That's kind of what that's kind of what.
Wait. When does the party end? Is the party end at midnight or is the party end at 2?
Well,
if it isn't,
wait. Is it like a like 35 and up party, or is it like a 20? You know, because that's different.
Well, I mean, 35 and up. Do you really go to parties anymore? I mean, I'm just
no. I'm talking like, let's say birthday party or like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if it was a birthday party and it ends at midnight and I come at 9, oh yeah, no, I really mess with you. You my guy. If I come at 9, if I come at 9, yeah.
Well, because the other thing is, if you show up any earlier, you're gonna be setting up anyway. So yeah,
exactly.
But no, yeah, that too. But also, okay, I keep forgetting I'm older than y'all. If I come to your party, if you got an evening party, now I get to your party at 9 o'clock. You must be somebody special to me, because I'm telling you right now. I'm sorry. Not your party starts at 9. If I come and I stay more than 30 minutes, I must have love for you. That's how it goes. Wow. What? You know how many things I could be doing after 9 o'clock in my own house that are probably preferred to the other things that I could be doing outside of my house. I mean, come on. Let's be real here.
That's true.
I mean, look, and if the party ends at 2 and I get there at 9, we probably have the same DNA. That's all I'm saying. That's the only way that that's gonna happen.
I won't be here long.
I will not be here long. Oh my gosh. He said 9 o'clock for a party? Oh my gosh.
So The other thing I do that I'm sure ticks my wife off is when she's lost, I ask her to describe what's around her because I know that she can't.
Oh, that's a jerk. That's a jerk move right there. That's a jerk move right there. Come on, man.
My wife is horrible with direction, and I'm just like, so like, what was it? One of these tournaments, my wife's like, all right, so you're gonna get here. So it was like in Fort Mill, and she was like, yeah, can you do the ice or whatever? And I'm like, okay, I guess whatever. And she was like, she didn't even tell me like where to. She's like, stop somewhere on this side of town, and I'm like, and I'm driving there, and I get there, and I'm like, there's like 4 gas stations. I could have got ice here. So now it's all melted, sitting in the freaking cooler because I've drove it from North Charlotte to Fort Mill. Like, no. But it's just funny because I'm like, yeah. So what's around you? She's like, and then the sad part is, with our cars, I can see the location of the car on my phone. So, but I still have her describe it to me because it's just
okay.
Awesome.
Just so we're clear, everybody that's watching, Dominique and his wife, they both have different versions of a Tesla, and because they do, Dominique has the ability from his phone to see exactly where the vehicle is and what direction it's pointing in, what direction it's come from,
and its current GPS, where it's going, where it tells her to go.
It's got its. You see the GPS still got that. Okay, that's kind of dope. That is kind of dope. But with all of the information, he still calls his wife and asks her to describe where she is. Not because he doesn't know, not because it's pertinent information, just because he likes to see her fidget with it.
She gets to a point where she's pissed off. She's like, I don't know, Dom. I don't know. I'm like, all right. But my thing is,
let me tell you where you are.
You're going the wrong direction, and you're about to run out of battery. So
you've been driving the wrong direction the entire time we went on the conversation. I just want to figure out if you knew where you were at.
My wife is a person. If she knows the route and the GPS says a different route, she's like, no, I'm not going to trust that. I'm gonna go the way that I know. I'm like, okay. I mean, I've been in some situations where the GPS has led me somewhat astray, but it's very far and few between. I don't argue with the GPS because I asked it to navigate me to where I'm going. I just don't argue with it.
That's a level of trust placed in technology that it's very high.
But that's also because I know how to navigate without a GPS. So I can look at a map, figure out where I'm at and say, okay, well, after I pass this street, I could take this street if I really had to.
Yeah.
For people that can't do that, trust your GPS. Just put it in there. Don't argue.
I was trying to bypass the implication of what you said. I was trying to take the shovel out of your hand. However, clearly you thought it was in your best interest to have it in your hand. So there you go. Go ahead,
Steve.
I was trying to give you an out.
Oh my god.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna. Let it ride. Hey, since we're talking about relationships, did you know? Let me frame it a different way.
What?
I was listening to a TikTok the other day, and they were explaining there are these 2 guys that have like this show, this podcast, and they talk about stuff, but they're from Britain. And they got over here. One of them was mixed, one of them's not. And they got over here and they started talking trash about black women, right? Which created a whole conversation around the way that race is viewed not in America, right? Which I thought was interesting, which is why I'm bringing it here. So in America, you're black if you have 1 drop of blackness in you, right? It's the 1 drop rule, right? That it's been that way for quite some time. That's the way that our race is constructed. So even if you're mixed, you're black, right? Or if you're 1/8 or 1/16, you're still black. That's how it goes here in America. But everywhere ain't like that. So apparently, over there in Britain,
UK,
Great Britain, Wales, UK, the place on that little small island that thinks they run the entire world, they have different categories, and they stick to those categories. Like mixed is a whole separate category than black, and if you're mixed, you don't subscribe to blackness as a whole. Like you could be, if you got a black mother and a white father, right? And you're mixed, there are no expectations for you to participate in black culture, right? And you can marry a white person, right? And it not necessarily be considered like an interracial marriage because you're like half white and they don't subscribe to the one drop rule, which I thought was very interesting. Oh man,
it is interesting.
I didn't.
That is interesting.
It was also, and they framed the conversation was framed in explaining why black British actors have such a hard time making it in Hollywood. Because in Hollywood, if you got one drop, you're black, and so you have to cater to a black audience. But over there, if you're mixed, you don't necessarily have to cater to a black audience. You may not know anything about a black audience. That may not necessarily be your culture. And when you get over here, you're fish out of water. Right. And so they cited the guy that was in Bridgerton, you know, light-skinned dude in Bridgerton. They cited how Tyler came over, and you know, she's mixed from over there, but you know, she embraced blackness so that she could gain popularity, and then she went back the other way. But they framed it as that. I was like, oh man, America really screwed this thing up. Like they really did a number on a whole hemisphere of the world because nobody else looks at race the way that we do. I thought that was interesting.
Slavery, you know, that whole thing.
I know, but it's still the general thought that in Britain, being mixed is not the same as being black, and that there's no expectation for you, particularly to take part in black British culture,
right,
or black culture in Britain.
Yeah,
to me, it's insane. Like I never would have. I couldn't conceive of that. As a reality.
I would forecast maybe in the next century or so, America should be there, but that's because naturally I'm just guessing here. It's not an accurate guess, but I'm forecasting hopefully. But they've dealt with having black people around for quite some time, so they're kind of used to it. Doesn't really matter. Like they don't try to put them in a box. I mean, I really wish, that would be nice because our culture, it's set up. Well, how black are you? And there's a meter to it. Have you seen Menace to Society? Oh, you haven't seen Menace to Society? That's a black staple. And then
Minister.
You're not being serious now. I know you're not.
He's from the islands. He gets a pass.
I know he's lying.
Just like you're from Germany, you get a pass. What are you talking about?
And no, actually, I've never seen the movie. Honestly, I've never seen the movie.
Okay,
it's okay. It's okay.
No,
it happens.
I didn't get a pass because for me, I had to get it in but no, he was also raised in Canada too. So yeah, that makes sense. That's fair. He definitely gets a pass.
Yeah.
Thank you. You. See, I'm not the only one.
Steve.
Steve, what? Steve,
what you gotta say about that, Steve?
There's nothing to say. I say it all the time. Okay, all right. Since we're here, let's be clear. Okay. Since we're here, let's be clear. My wife, first of all, she has an aversion to subpar African American movies. Okay, so if it's not a good movie and it's got a bunch of black people in it, she don't like that movie. She's not here for any of that.
Okay,
let's start there. Unless it's a good black movie, she's not here for any of that. She's not even gonna waste her time on it, right? But also, you have to be aware. I tell my wife all the time. Her mother and father and her mother, they did really well for them when they were kids, right? And they lived a life that not everyone gets to let me explain. So when you were a kid and you wanted to go swimming, what did you do?
I took the bus to the nearest swimming place and went swimming.
You took the bus. Or you walked down to the Y and you did the whole Y thing, swimming. Yeah. Jason, when you wanted to go swimming, what did you do?
Go in the bathtub or go in the river?
Well, the river. Yeah, that's fair.
Depends on which country I was in.
Right.
Clearly, I was not prepared for either one of those responses, but I'll take them both.
No,
I'll
my
take them
parents
both.
have a pool in the backyard.
What? That's what's
See,
up.
see,
Yeah.
see. That's what I'm talking about. See, I tell my wife this all the time. When she wanted to go swimming, you know what she did? She went and she jumped off the porch into the pool that's in her backyard. That's what she did.
Oh.
The raised deck in her backyard. She jumped off of that into the pool when she wanted to go swimming. And this is in the 90s. So,
Oh yeah, you had a pool in the 90s. You were
What?
up
that's
there.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They got
So,
money.
Yeah, they got money.
so things are
It is
not,
normal.
they wasn't rich, but they wasn't poor either. See, I took the air quotes away. They weren't rich, but they weren't poor either. Like
Yeah.
when you go out into the backyard, you jump off of your elevated deck into your pool. It's a thing. So she's not here for subpar
Gotcha.
depictions of blackness. Let's put it like that, right? So
I mean, I will say I never really wanted to watch it, but I watched it anyway because
I mean, I'm not saying they don't have value, but they're almost like period pieces. Like you have to watch them in that time for it to have the same kind of value.
Or if you want the condensed version, you watch Don't Be a Menace. If you want the condensed version, just watch that. You'll be all right.
I've seen that one. Don't be a menace to South
Okay.
Central while drinking orange juice.
Yep. You're good.
Yeah, I have seen
Where I
that
while drinking gin and juice in the hood. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
while
good.
drinking gin and juice.
Yeah, if you watch that, you're fine. It's
Uh-huh.
It's so not. It's so not. Matter of fact,
it's the condensed version. It's the parody version.
a couple months ago was the first time she saw Boys in the Hood.
Really?
Yes.
I've never seen that one either.
Oh man. Well, you kind of saw it because that was in Don't Be a Menace as well, but
No. Stop.
but you do have to see that one. That one, if you don't see Menace to Society, you gotta at least see Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, it's like so. In that time period, there are a bunch of coming of age black stories, right? Boys in the Hood was the most critically acclaimed of them all, but there are a bunch of them. Yeah, Boys in the Hood. You got New Jack City. You got Juice. You got Above the Rim. You got Minister Society. You got Belly. You got Poetic Justice. You got Dead Presidents. There's like a bunch of coming of age or like going into adulthood black movies around that time, and so. People like, you ain't seen such and such. I'd be like, nah, but I saw such and such. Oh, okay, that makes sense, right?
Yeah,
Because
there's some are interchangeable.
Yeah, some are definitely interchangeable, completely interchangeable.
All of the ones you just named, I've never seen.
Or some you've never seen any of them?
See, now you got a problem. It's like whatever. Wait, you haven't seen any of them? Wait, time out. We got a problem.
No. I'm shooting him some bill. I get it.
But you have to understand too. I'm raised Caribbean.
Yeah, he's not.
We weren't raised with TV and stuff like that. We had radios.
Yeah,
and both my parents being who they are, they didn't want me to watch TV that much. You have time to read. You have time to watch TV. You have time to read a book.
Oof.
Yeah. Dang, he's like,
he knows what I'm talking about. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I triggered a memory just by saying that.
Oh yes. My summers were spent like the first half of the summer. My mom would go out and get those pretty much like the school workbooks.
Yes.
And
composition books.
No. The ones with like
the
math,
workbooks.
English.
I know. Yeah.
And I had to do those like for the first half of the summer every morning, and I was so pissed off.
Just for the first half of the summer.
For the most part, because it's like she just wanted to make sure we kept it going. Yeah,
all summer.
Well, because the second half of summer we would spend coming over here and spending that with family.
Oh, even with the family, you still got.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna fly.
So yeah, I never really had that much of an interest in TVs and stuff. So for me to actually sit down and watch a program, it's something I have to be interested in. Something that really strikes my fancy for me to sit down and watch it. But even now, I don't argue or fuss over the TV in the living room or in the bedroom
Yeah.
because it doesn't faze me.
Yeah. Well,
I
so
either read a book or just read an article or something.
that's interesting for you because from kindergarten to 8th grade, for me, watching TV was how I went to school.
Homeschool?
Oh yeah.
It was homeschool, but it was by the church. So the school that I went to, it was called Independent Christian Academy from kindergarten
So you
to
had Sunday
5th
school
grade.
every day?
Practically. So there's this program out of Florida. It's called the Abeka program. Look it up when you get a chance. They've been doing this for a minute. Basically,
So
they
you was
have
in church every day, and you were still a drunkard.
Whoa, drunkard is a very strong word, sir.
And
First,
accurate?
it's very inaccurate. I am not a drunkard. I am
And
not a
We
what?
are we are 49 episodes in, Dominique. And them first 20 episodes, there's a whole lot of drunkard talk. It's a whole lot of drunkard talk.
No,
There's a whole lot of it.
No.
Yes, there is.
No, there's.
I can pull the transcripts.
No,
What are you talking about?
no. So the issue is my parents
you got
tried.
receipts.
No. My parents tried to shield me from doing a lot of this stuff.
I got them.
Then my mother wised up at one point, was like, you know what? We can't stop these kids from doing this anyway. So I would rather them know what it's like to be able to pop open a bottle of alcohol in front of me and not have to go through life saying, you know what, I ain't never drank before and I'm really going to go overboard and just do it now. But going back to what we were talking about, there's a school down in Florida called it's like independent. Well, not independent. It's an Abeka program, and I forget what. It's a Pensacola Christian Academy down there, and the teachers do the lessons because they're certified teachers, but they would also record them. And this was back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And if you wanted to start your own school or do a homeschool, you could sign up for that program. They send you the books, the workbooks, all that, the whole nine. And so essentially, Independent Christian Academy in Germany, they signed up for that, and they did kindergarten through 12th grade. And so I was there from kindergarten to 5th grade. And then my church, Victory Christian Fellowship, did it from my 6th grade year to 8th grade year. And then from 8th grade, I just went to public high school. And basically every day they would pop in a video, and the attendant for the room was not a certified teacher. It was some army mom that, wanted to get paid, something. And she would just hand us the sheets that corresponded with the videos, and she would grade it with the key that corresponded with the curriculum. So for 8 hours a day, we were essentially watching TV. So for me, I remember stuff by seeing it, and I guess I have a decent memory for it, but it's just different. Now math, and it's not like I could ever ask that person that's teaching me this math a question. And if it was a math problem that's far beyond the person that's attending us, somewhat screwed.
There was no Google at the time, so yeah, you were
no Google at the time.
Out of luck.
No Google, no internet. Yeah, that was no. So that's interesting.
So back to this drunkard thing. You were in church 6 out of the 7 days. I'm joking. No, I'm not. I'm only kind of joking.
And yes, they taught us Bible every morning. Yes, so we did have that.
It goes to show you. On the 7th day he rested.
To hear Dominique tell it, he did not rest on the 7th day. He did not.
Oh, no, you pop a beer and keep it going. You just don't drop off.
Oh man, no. But yeah, okay. It's just giving you a hard time. I get it. And actually, that might actually. I mean, it sounds beneficial to have the ability to learn just looking at the screen, right? Because in my opinion, it's a skill. Like that's not an easy thing.
True, but it's also what led to me having to, when I got to college, I went back and started from, not necessarily, it wasn't remedial math. It was like the basic math, and I had to work my way back up because I was missing something there.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad I was able to identify it. It's like, I got through with what I could, and it kind of makes you kind of have to figure things out. I guess that's why I like computers. Well, all right then.
And there's your sign. Hey man, y'all listen. Do you know what that is? You know what that's from? Jason,
Yes.
where's it from?
Comedian. What's his name? Jeff. Shoot. What's his
Dunham?
name? Is it Dunham? No, not Jeff Dunham.
Damn, took my
He was
tongue.
on the Blue Collar tour.
Yes,
His name is Jeff
Jeff Foxworthy is the one. Hold
Foxworthy.
on.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
actually, that's actually Bill Engvall's bit, but he was on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry the Cable Guy. Was it Larry the
No, no,
Cable
no,
Guy?
no. It was Bill Engvall. It was Bill
It
Engvall.
was Bill? Oh,
Yeah, they were all funny. They all had their own,
right.
meme.
Larry the
What you
Cable
call
Guy
it?
is pretty funny.
Matter of fact, you know who I like on the comedy tour? I love Larry the Cable Guy. I love Bill Engvall. I love Jeff Foxworthy. I love Ron White. Oh my God,
That was
most
my guy.
irreverent dude. Oh, as comedy goes, that dude is funny.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Anyhow,
Oh,
but yeah,
speaking of comedy, did you know that they're talking about bringing back Comic View
yeah, they
again?
are. They need to. They need to.
I
On
think
what channel?
I will probably
Say
BET.
again. Yeah,
On
we're gonna be on
BET.
I
BET.
want to say they're gonna have, I forget who they're gonna try to get hosts. I want to say DC Young Fly.
He doesn't need to be the host. He's not that funny.
He was actually here at Raleigh Improv last week. I think it was
So
last week.
it's supposed to be hosted by Mike Epps.
Oh, okay.
Mike Epps featuring comedians like Brandy Denise, DC Young Fly, and more. I'm not okay. So let me rephrase. It's not that DC Young Fly isn't funny because he is funny. He's just not as funny to me per se. Okay, like I don't. He's just
Right, to a
he
specific
doesn't.
generation.
Yeah, it don't work for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog. Just like Mike Epps. Mike Epps isn't really that funny to me.
Mm-mm.
He's funny to some people. He's just not funny to me.
Well, he has that brand of funny where he was like all about the Benjamins. He's like that dumb funny. Like he just
Well, okay, let's not say dumb funny. Let's say slapstick funny, slapstick comedy.
yes.
I mean,
I
from
mean,
from from our degreed purchase, let's not. You know what I mean? Like it, it's
his antics were funny. Like not the jokes that he was saying for the most part, but his antics were funny.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I'm like, all right, whatever.
Because there is a marked difference between you being funny because of your antics, right?
Right.
And you being funny because of what you say.
Because like Kevin Hart fits in for me, he's in that antics funny. Some of the stuff he says is kind of funny, but most of his antics or how he modulates his voice and like how he reacts in certain situations is funny.
All comics have antics. All of the best ones have antics.
Right.
The great ones, and you know them because of their antics. The great ones have written jokes that are really good, right? And Kevin Hart there are some of his tours that have better written jokes than others, right? But by and large, like he writes his jokes, he word crafts them. He's just pretty good, but he is known for his antics, right? That's what got him on. I mean, if it wasn't for all right, I mean, it wouldn't.
I never found that joke like super funny. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. Give me something better.
Hey man, when he said his dad was in there, it was coming into his play with the sweatpants on with no drawers.
Excuse me.
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's funny. It's like certain things you just like, okay, all right, give me the good stuff.
Okay. The Debra bit, I've probably said it before. Is probably one of the funniest bits I've ever heard, written or otherwise. Jason, you know what I'm talking about? Jason, you don't know what I'm talking about. You know about the Dipper bit, don't you? Oh my
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Kevin Hart does a bit. He did it. It was in his third comedy special, right? Was and it's a bit, and you would like it because he talks about being late to work. You would love it. Like
Is that with
you,
the Debra?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's a freaking
And if
Dipper.
and if you listen to the bit, the entire bit is an excuse as to why he's late to work. But he takes you at an entire trip
Yeah.
to get to the point at the end. The point that makes me laugh the most is at the end when he goes, and that's why I'm 10 minutes late. That's the funniest part of the whole bit. It's the funniest part of the whole bit.
The ostrich one was good too.
Yeah.
Where he's like,
Okay,
the ostrich running this way, his head's facing this way.
he's got so many of them. He's got so many of them. Like I saw you, see me, see you. Don't act like we ain't gonna see each other when I got home.
Right.
That entire comedy show. The way that my checking account's set up, I got checkings and savings.
No,
the funny from
about that was the funniest thing about that was because that's exactly how mine was set up. Because I was like, "Oh shoot, other people do that."
That's how everybody was set up. That's why we was laughing so hard, yo. But that's a great joke. It's got antics, it's got writing, it's. But yeah,
because it was just I was like, I'm not alone.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Look, because I instituted that back when I was working back at Best Buy. All my money went into my savings. I only took it out and put it in the checkings as I needed it.
Bruh. Oh gosh. But yeah, they do need to bring Comic View back. There needs to be an outlet for young.
I miss the old school comics
of color.
Like I miss that because those were good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was the breeding ground for a lot of Black talent.
Yeah,
right. And so it needs to be available again. Like there's BT has BT Plus. Might as well have Comic View on there now. I mean,
I don't subscribe to BT Plus, so
BT's not welcome in my house. I'm sorry. Being so serious.
It's no judgment here. I don't watch BET Plus except for Average Joe, and I only watched it because Dion Cole was in it. And I enjoyed it. Like it was pretty good. Which reminds me, Dion Cole has a comedy special that debuted today.
Oh,
that I need to watch tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of what we're watching, I started watching The Chosen.
The Chosen's good.
Yeah.
The Chosen's good.
Yeah, I'm on episode 2 right now.
So you know how we were talking about at the beginning, we were talking about putting meat onto the bones that is scripture.
Mm-hmm.
The Chosen takes that and it takes it a step further. It takes what we know about the context of the people that particular episode is talking about, and then it takes the written word of the Bible, and then it puts the two together, and it fills it all out completely. And you're watching it, you're going, "Oh my God, I didn't get it that way until now." And granted, it may not be 1000% biblically accurate, but it gives you a great understanding of what these things look like in context. Like I think I stopped at the end of the first season, or it might have been the third episode in the second season. I can't remember which one, but they were just at the wedding in Cana. They had just done that, and I was like, "Oh man, this is so good!" Like this is it's because it's so rich contextually, and I hope that the information that they use to build out the context is accurate, but it gives you a very good visual of those things. It makes you think about things in a different way.
Yeah.
So, in just in case you didn't know, Jason, Chosen is, I think it's on Amazon Prime. I think it's Paramount Plus. I can't remember if it is or if it's not, but it follows the life of, it follows the Gospels, generally speaking, and the life of Jesus, and it really kind of builds out on what these individual scriptures tell us about him in a way that's
I see.
it's very rewarding, very, very highly rewarding. Makes you want to read more.
Wasn't there something similar to this release a few years ago?
I think this is so chosen. If I remember correctly, is in its either third or fourth season. So, when I say third or fourth season, I mean like it's from 5 years ago. Like the first season was like almost 5 years ago now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this.
So
at least not. I've seen the I guess first 2 seasons. I don't remember there being a third. I do remember seeing this already. And it is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they're in season 4 right now. We're in season 4 right now. So, but yeah, no, it's quite interesting. I can't watch them. I can't binge watch them back to back to back to back. I can watch like 2 or 3, but it's good. It's very good.
Yeah, they're like an hour long.
Yeah, they long. Like they're an hour, no commercials long. So that's like a movie. No, man, you got to specify that in these days, man, because people understand. Sitcoms are 22 minutes long. Hour-long shows are 43 to 45 minutes long, right? So anything that's a hard hour long, that's a freaking movie, dude. Like when that's the reason why I had such a problem with For All Mankind, because their episodes like 75 minutes long. I'm like, man, I'm not about to watch 5 movies a day. That's not gonna work, yo. I can't. No.
Still, hey man, you still got to finish that, man. You got to power through that.
There's no powering through, bro. I can only watch. Oh no. Sorry.
That's so stressful.
Can't do it. Look, and the funny part is, when I was younger, I'd have made it my business to power through all of that. I'm old now, and I'm like, man, if I don't want to watch it, I don't care how good it is. I don't care. You'd be like, it's great. It won every Academy Award. I'd be like, I'm not watching it. That's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen at all. Not gonna do it. Shoot. Hey, did you see Shogun won like 18 Emmys, 15 Emmys?
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that a limited series? So, like, with that kind of, you think they'll probably bring it back, or
they've already greenlit it for season 2 and 3?
Yeah,
it's good. I've seen that.
At the end of season 1, the finale was so well received that they greenlit season 2 and season 3.
Well, I heard the end of season 1 was written in a way that you could bring it back if you had to.
It was also written in a way that they didn't need to if they didn't.
Right, exactly.
Right. Like it was. Yeah, it could have been a self-enclosed story. But I mean, yeah, no, it was really good, and I'm glad that they won all those awards, and whatnot. Hey,
old man yawning.
Stop it.
He ain't the only one. I've been kind of muting mine over here.
I saw it. Jason muted. He'd be like, I'm like, man, I know what you doing over there. Don't. Everybody was laughing when I said the party at 9:00, but everybody yawning now.
I'm up at 5.
But yeah, no, we got to bring this to a close. Hey man, LL Cool J has a CD out, and it's actually pretty dope.
Really?
He has a what out?
He's got an album out, yo. He's got an album. Stop it. He's got an album, and it's pretty dope. Oh my gosh.
Is it on vinyl?
Yes, he has copies on vinyl, Jason. Yes, he does. Even though nobody else in this chat knows what vinyl is. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I would hope.
Look, my dad had a Betamax.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I Betamax, Laserdisc. I've seen it all.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and last thing, my brother that used to live in Canada, your Canadian brother is gonna get smacked around on the biggest stage in February again, because Kendrick's doing the Super Bowl, and
he's gonna need a bigger BBL.
It's gonna be real bad. It's gonna be the worst thing to ever happen to anybody in life.
You think they're gonna let him do that song?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Here's my question: you bring it to the Super Bowl? You gonna bring it to the Super Bowl and not have him do that song?
All right. You got to do that song.
I just feel like there's bad consequences to doing that.
No. No.
It might be, but guess what? It's not for us.
Right.
I mean, if I was black, Canadian, and a Drake fan, I'd be very uncomfortable right now. But I am only one of the three, so so I'm here for all the shenanigans. I really want to. Hey man, hey, and he was throwing shots in the Super Bowl announcement. He was throwing shots at Drake in the Super Bowl announcement. So
Yeah.
it ain't over. He
Yeah.
ain't forgot. He ain't let it go. Oh, it's gonna be so
It's
bad.
an admission right now.
And here's the thing: people are like, "Why he didn't get Wayne to do the New Orleans one?" It was like, "No, we want Kendrick." To a point, so much so that they were questioning, "Is like, does Jay-Z actually make the decision?" Somebody was like, "Jay-Z makes the decision himself. There's nobody else."
How did he get in that position to make that type of decision, though?
It was like a while ago because viewership was down for a while, and they needed somebody to be over that.
He partnered with the NFL on their social justice initiative after the year after Colin Kaepernick got kicked out of the league. He partnered with them on their social justice initiatives. So let's be clear. The NFL spends about $45 to $60 million per year on social justice initiatives. They write bills, they support candidates, they support bills. Like they are actually putting money towards the things that address injustice in America, right? Maybe not as much as they could, right? Because the NFL takes in, I don't know, $10 billion a year. So $45 million is nothing to them, but it's still $45 million, right?
Right.
Jay-Z saw that they were looking to do that and they were looking to do more. I think they're trying to increase it to like $120 million by 2030. And so he partnered with them to give a face to their social justice initiatives, right? Because he's a billionaire and he would like to have an NFL team or a franchise as a whole. And so he partnered with the NFL. He also saw an opportunity to upgrade their halftime performance and to get in that realm of business people, right? Because in that realm, right, a billion is like the minimum that you can have to be in that group of people as a majority owner. So he did all of that, you know, directing the social justice initiatives, doing the halftime show. They gave him carte blanche. He partnered with Apple because Apple sponsors the halftime show, all that good stuff. And so he generally determines, right? From what I understand, there's a process behind it. They create a list, they talk with the whole city, and et cetera, and then they determine together, particularly Jay-Z, but the whole city has input as well, who's going to be the person that does the show, right?
Right.
And so this year, he picked Kendrick. And it's
I still feel as though that he's going to have Weezy like as a guest appearance or unofficial last minute, hey, pop up on the stage type thing.
Well,
you can't be in this man's hometown. He's one of the greatest.
But he's not a Saints fan.
It doesn't matter if he's the Saints. This is a man's hometown.
Sure.
Like, come on. You have to give him his flowers. You got to give him his flowers. Weezy is a GOAT.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. I push back against the notion. Others have pushed back against it that you have to have the greatest artist of that city be at the Super Bowl halftime show, right? He's not even the greatest artist of New Orleans, but he is a cultural icon, and I get it. Now, to hear some people tell it, the way that Cash Money has reacted to Kendrick being the headliner has become problematic in bringing him onto the show, right? Because it's caused more negative press than positive press. But I'm sure that can be overcome with months of everybody forgetting and months of them shutting up about it and letting it be a surprise that they bring Weezy out to do a song or two, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is Weezy doesn't have a real good track record of performing for audiences well. And his catalog of songs, they are amazing songs.
They don't translate to different graphics.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many can you play during the halftime of the Super Bowl when Pepsi is trying to pay you $21 million for the 30-second spot after the end, and they're not going to pay you if Wheezy is doing "Lick Me Like a Lollipop."
He definitely has some bangers that can be played. Some that were played on the radio.
But do they translate?
Oh no,
Not genres, but do they translate?
oh no. If
Ethnicities?
if he's willing to put in the performance aspect of it, I don't see
Mhm.
why he can't. He should, in my opinion, right? If we ignore all the stuff that they said, right? No, we're not gonna listen. No, Fireman is not the bop for that. Not the bop.
Millie,
A Millie,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
A Millie. Matter of fact, a Millie and 6'7". If I remember their verses correctly,
6'7".
he has a verse in each of them that can be performed with minimal edits,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
And that's kind of what you want for the Super Bowl, right? You want, and both of those songs are songs that cut across genre. Everybody knows a Millie. Everybody knows 6'7". Like
Mm-hmm.
Right.
it just is what it is. But
Miss Officer.
nah. Everybody knows it. Can't be played. I'm sorry. I'm not playing Mr. Officer. And I'm not letting that play during halftime when my kids watch a TV show. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Too many questions to answer. Too many questions to answer. But it's gonna be interesting. They say your boy Kendrick has an album that's on the way and a tour for next year. That's
So I don't put that past him, because when Black Panther was coming out, there was like, hey man, who gonna get to do his? Kendrick was like, don't worry, I got it. Don't worry, forget it.
Oh, they say
Say
that
no
the Super Bowl announcement was a spoof of a movie clip of General Patton talking about defeating the Canadian Army. That's the face I was looking for.
This man's
I looked it
diabolical.
up. He is diabolical.
This man's diabolical.
Yeah,
He's going to end. He's gonna end Drake.
What you say? What you say,
You
Jason?
being for real?
Yeah, I'm dead. Dead serious.
Look, all the more reason why J. Cole bowing out of that was his genius move.
Every time I listen to Euphoria, and they play that clip in the beginning of Euphoria, right? That is a recording, a backwards played recording of Richard Pryor in The Wiz saying everything they say about me is true. I knew that this dude was a psycho. Like it's only psychopaths think about beefs and retaliation in that way.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be specific enough to take this, flip it backwards, and play it, knowing that you're eventually gonna find out what it is.
Imagine somebody was like, "Hey man, just out of nowhere, Drake, out of nowhere, I just played this song backwards, and there's a message in here for you. You kind of want to listen to it."
It would piss me off.
You put it out like 6 months ago. What are you talking about? You just finding this?
Every time I play one of those songs, whether it's Euphoria or Meet the Grams or Not Like Us, my wife is going, "What? He said that?" I'll be like, "Yes, we've been playing it for 6 months, and you're just getting some of this stuff."
What else?
Because it's because it's all there. It's just when you hear it's like I can't believe he's actually saying it, and he is. So I guess I got to deal with that.
Man's a living cheat code.
Yeah, this man's absolutely diabolical.
So, but yeah, it should be. It will be a good performance. Question is, who's going to be on there with him? Nobody knows because it's way too early. I'm surprised they did the announcement this early, to be honest with you. But they're looking. What you say?
And especially for him saying that he's got an album for this performance.
Oof, no. Nobody's saying that he hasn't said that he has an album, right? But the speculation is that he has, because he said he has other songs. Of course, every artist does. But the speculation is that just like Usher, you do the Super Bowl. You only do the Super Bowl. You to take advantage of the Super Bowl, you have to have material that people will stream or buy,
Right.
right? Or a concert to sell. Every person that has done the Super Bowl has gone on to either drop new music or drop a concert, or
Mm-hmm.
both, or both. So I don't think Kendrick will pass up on that experience at
Nope.
all.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Not at all.
At all. At all.
Not
So,
at all, my friends.
but yeah. Ooh, man. Man, anything else we need to hit? Because
Nah, man. This
I'm
was
trying to think.
episode 49. Next episode is episode 50, which is hard to think about because man, we've been doing this 50 shows, man. And if you count the Sports Hive, it's even more than that.
Yeah, we kind of condensed everything into one show because we're busy people.
Oh, very busy.
And as much as we love you guys, we have little people that depend on us to be present. And
now,
stuff,
if you guys want to stream the shows in such a way that we can quit our jobs and do
by
this
liking and subscribing. Oh
Yes.
Yeah, liking and
and
subscribing.
do this so that we can do this full time,
Mhm.
and we can bring you the antics from Houston or Raleigh Durham area. It would be great.
I'm all for it.
Thank you for rocking with us, man.
I'm all for it. Definitely. There was something else I wanted to. I guess it'll have to wait. Guess it will have to wait.
Ask Miss Earth USA if she would want to do the 50th episode with us.
Okay, so here's the funny part. Hold on. Does she want to do the 50th episode? I can tell you, she does. I'm not sure she's going to be in town. No, yeah, she'll be back. She might do the 50th episode. The month of October, bruh. Traveling every week. Oh, dude, I'm going to San Diego the first weekend in October.
Miss Earth USA is Sherelle.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jason was like, Steve, are we airing you out right now? No. She's just trying to make sure I'm good. I go to sleep and not get stabbed in my sleep because my wife would stab me in my sleep. Just so we're clear, if there was ever another woman, which there will never be another woman, she's my first, my last, my everything. She stabbed me in my sleep.
All right, Barry.
The answer to all my dreams. Everything I'm living for.
Yeah, tell it.
Money talks. Money talks. I should go watch Money Talks tonight. He finished that joint. He said, "Oh, did you make that up yourself? That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful." He said, I'm Victor Moan Jr. Sammy Davis Jr., Junior Walker Jr.
You stupid, man.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for rocking with us. We really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can get the notification when we go live so that you can watch us and watch. Feel free to watch the episodes on repeat, on playback, on your playlist, on YouTube, and etc. And make sure to give us a shout out. Let us know what you do to annoy your spouse and how much they enjoy it. And we will see you guys on next week.
Laters.
Peace.